Hi, I'm Matt, and welcome to Less Dependent Wisconsin. It's another beautiful day here in northern Wisconsin, about 65 degrees, but we're going to be getting back down into the 50s next week. This isn't going to last long. Anyways, we got a little project we're going to work on today. We're going to teach you how to make a 6-foot by 3-foot raised garden bed out of cedar. We're going to do it for under 30 bucks, and I'm even going to share a tip with you how you can do this without a saw. So let's go get started. Okay, let's talk about the materials we're going to need for this very easy project. Quite simply, first thing you're going to need is a 2 by 4 by 8 of cedar. Okay, and then we are going to get 6 of these cedar slabs for picket fence. Now, the one thing to note, they are dog-eared, okay? So if you wanted, you could cut across the dog ear. You would get a 71-inch board. So your beds would be 71 inches long by 35.5 inches wide, okay? If you just leave it on there, then we're doing 3 by 6. So for the intent of this video, I'm just going to leave the dog ear like that, and then you can make the decision at the end whether or not you want to take off that extra bit of wood. Okay. Now, I mentioned in the intro that you could get away with this without using a saw. And what I mean by that is a lot of lumber yards will make cuts for you. Okay. And if you want to get the lumber yard to make the cuts for you, you would not need a saw, especially if you left the dog ears. Okay, and it's real simple. The 2 by 4 by 8, we're going to cut into 16-inch sections. So there will actually be 5 cuts. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, and then we're going to cut 2 of the pickets in half. So they're 3 feet long. So we have a total of 7 cuts. A lumber yard might charge you 50 cents a cut. So for $3.50, you can get all your lumber cut, and then all you'll need is a drill and screws at that point. 2-inch screws specifically. Okay. The picket slabs, they were about $3 each. I got those from Menards. The 2 by 4 by 8 was about $8. Okay, so if you're looking at 6 picket fence boards, there's $3 each. There's 18 bucks, $8 for the 2 by 4 by 8. So we're up to 26 bucks, and then you just need 2-inch screws. Okay, so there's the materials. Now, since I'm doing my own cuts, the first thing I'm going to do is cut up this 2 by 4 by 8 into 16-inch sections. So here we go. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is cut the board in half, just to make my life a little easier. And then the 4-foot section into 3 16-inch sections. Three 16-inch sections. And 3 more 16-inch sections. So our legs are done now. Okay, we're going to go ahead and cut the 3-foot sections for the picket. There's 2 3-foot sections. And 2 more 3-foot sections. So at this point, all of the cutting is done. So now we're going to start building the long sides. And what you're going to want to do is take one of your legs and set it so the narrow end is up. We're going to give more surface area to the sides since they won't have a center support. And then we'll eventually have the center support here. Now, this is what it's going to look like if you keep the dog ears. Okay? Like I said again, if you cut it off right here, you'll have a nice even board, 71 inches. But for the purposes of this video, we're just going to leave the dog ears intact. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to sink a couple of screws to get this into place. Okay, and you're just going to make sure it's flush with the sides. When we build the side this way, we're going to overlap the board so it covers this up. So there's a corner. Okay, so we're flush on the top, flush on the sides. Take one of our 2-inch screws. And I'm going to set that right in the center. Okay. And we're going to repeat the same thing on the other end. Now with 1 screw in the top, on both ends, we're going to add the second board. We're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to just drop 1 screw on each end, and then we'll come along and put a screw on top, screw below the one, screw. So 6 per post. Okay. All right, and just like that, 6 screws in the side. We'll do the other end now. Okay, so now we're going to need a center support for this. So what you're going to do is you're going to mark down 36 inches and make a couple of small spots where your screws are going to go. You're going to take one of your legs and then support it with another 2x4. Then you're just going to make sure that first one is flush at the top. Now let's drop a screw right there. Okay. Same thing for the bottom one. If you want to eliminate the gap in here, kind of tuck that board up, hold it in place with your knee, and drop a screw. All right, now we're going to put screws there and there, there and there, and this side is done. Okay, so when you're done dropping the screws, this half is going to look like this. All right. Now we're going to build one exactly to match that. So give me a few minutes and I'll be right back. Okay, we're in the home stretch now. So once we've got our two sides done, we're going to flip those upside down so the feet are in the air. And then we are going to attach the sides. Okay, and I found this is the best way to do it. Again, we're just going to drop one in the center. Other side. Nice flush. And then the next board on top. Drop the rest of the screws. Okay, so there's the corner there. There's the corner there. Do the same thing to the other end, and this project is done. And that's it, the final product. So, as you can see, the corners look really nice when they're squared up like that. But if you have the dog ear, it's going to wind up looking like that. So, like I said, you only lose an inch of width and an inch of length if you cut those off. But for intents and purposes, it should be okay. So what you're going to do is when you go to set it up, you're just going to dig little 4-inch holes for each of your bases, and that will secure it into the ground. Fill it with your medium, and happy growing. So, like I said, I did this project for under 30 bucks. So, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Focus on being less dependent. We'll see you soon. Have a great day.